Sophia Loren, born in Italy in 1934 as Sofia Villani Scicolone, rose from the humblest beginnings to become one of the most celebrated actresses of all time. Her journey from poverty in war-torn Italy to the heights of international stardom is not just a tale of talent, but also of incredible resilience, determination, and an undying love for her craft. Born in a charity hospital in Rome, to an unwed mother and an absent father, Loren's early life was marked by hardship and deprivation. Her family lived in extreme poverty, particularly during the Second World War, when her hometown of Pozzuoli, near Naples, was subjected to frequent bombing raids. The rations were meager, and at times, Loren and her family faced near starvation. Her childhood was spent in constant fear, with the sounds of bombs dropping all around her as a stark reminder of the devastation that was gripping her world. Despite these circumstances, Loren's inner spirit was indomitable. Her beauty began to blossom as a teenager, and by the time she was 15, she entered the Miss Italia beauty pageant, taking on the stage name Sophia Lazzaro. Although she did not win the title, she did attract the attention of film producers, which led her to pursue acting roles. It was during this time that she met Carlo Ponti, a film producer who saw great potential in the young actress. Ponti, who was more than 20 years her senior, would eventually become her husband and lifelong partner, despite the many obstacles they faced due to Italy's restrictive divorce laws at the time. Sophia Loren's acting career began modestly, with small parts in Italian films. However, it didn't take long for her to emerge as a major star in Italy, especially with her acclaimed performance in the 1954 film L'oro di Napoli, The Gold of Naples. That same year, she also began a legendary partnership with Marcello Mastroianni, an actor with whom she would go on to make many iconic films over the decades. Together, they captivated audiences in films such as Marriage Italian Style and Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow, showcasing a chemistry that remains unrivaled in cinematic history. By the late 1950s, Loren had begun making her mark in Hollywood, starring alongside some of the biggest names of the time, including Cary Grant, Frank Sinatra, and John Wayne. Her allure as a sultry, confident woman captivated American audiences, and soon she was a global sensation. However, it was her portrayal of Scicolone, a mother struggling to protect her daughter in war-torn Italy in the 1960 film ля-REN, Two Women, that truly catapulted her into the annals of cinematic history. For her raw, unglamorous performance in this film, Loren won the Academy Award for Best Actress, becoming the first performer ever to win an Oscar for a role in a foreign-language film. Loren's success in the 1960s continued to soar, and she remained one of the most sought-after actresses in both Italy and Hollywood. Her collaborations with directors such as Vittorio De Sica and Anthony Mann further solidified her reputation as an actress capable of tackling a wide range of roles, from the sensual femme fatale to the complex, emotionally layered characters in more dramatic films. Despite her undeniable beauty, Loren was never content to be just a sex symbol. She consistently sought out roles that challenged her and allowed her to showcase her versatility as a performer. As Loren's career flourished, so did her personal life. After years of legal complications, she and Carlo Ponti were finally able to marry legally in 1966 after he obtained a divorce from his first wife. The couple had 2 sons, Carlo Jr. and Edoardo, and Loren often spoke of how much she cherished her family. Despite her fame and success, Loren remained devoted to her husband and children, and she managed to balance her responsibilities as a wife and mother with her demanding career. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Loren continued to star in films, although she became more selective in the roles she chose. Her performance in films such as Sunflower and A Special Day, both with Mastroianni, garnered her critical acclaim, further cementing her legacy as one of the greatest actresses of her generation. She also ventured into television, starring in acclaimed TV movies like Brief Encounter and Courage. In the 1990s, Loren took on fewer acting roles, but she never truly retired. She continued to make appearances in films and on television, often playing matriarchal figures that echoed her own status as a beloved elder stateswoman of cinema. In 2009, she appeared in the star-studded musical film 9, and in 2020, at the age of 86, she gave a stunning performance in The Life Ahead, a film directed by her son, Edoardo Ponti. In this film, Loren portrayed Madame Rosa, a Holocaust survivor who forms a deep bond with a young immigrant boy. Her performance was widely praised, and it reminded audiences around the world that Loren's talent had not diminished with age. Yet, despite her illustrious career and the accolades she continued to receive, Loren's later years were not without their challenges. In 2023, shortly after celebrating her 88th birthday, Loren suffered a severe fall at her home in Geneva, resulting in multiple fractures that required immediate surgery. The news shocked her fans, many of whom had come to see Loren as a symbol of resilience and strength. Loren's recovery was long and arduous, but true to her nature, she faced this setback with grace and determination. As Loren continues to recover, she remains surrounded by her family, including her sons and grandchildren. Although her mobility has been affected by the accident, Loren's spirit remains undimmed. She has expressed gratitude for the love and support she has received from fans and friends around the world, and she continues to look to the future with optimism. Even in her late 80s, Loren's passion for storytelling and her dedication to her craft remain as strong as ever. Sophia Loren's legacy as one of the greatest actresses of all time is secure. Her career, which has spanned more than 70 years, is a testament to her incredible talent, beauty, and resilience. From her humble beginnings in war-torn Italy to her rise as a global icon, Loren has defied the odds at every turn, proving that true greatness comes not just from talent, but from the strength of character and an unwavering commitment to one's dreams. Her story is one of triumph over adversity, and her life is a reminder that no matter the challenges we face, it is possible to achieve greatness through perseverance, passion, and grace. Sophia Loren's story continues to inspire, not just for her beauty or acting prowess, but for the sheer resilience she has shown throughout her life. Despite the glamour, fame, and accolades, Loren has never forgotten her humble beginnings, which has shaped her into the grounded, strong individual she is today. Even in the face of personal challenges, scandals, and setbacks, her unwavering dedication to her family and her craft has been at the forefront of her journey. As Loren entered the 1970s, she began to focus more on her family life, though she never completely left the silver screen. Her career choices during this period demonstrated a careful balancing act between personal responsibilities and her desire to continue acting. After having 2 sons with her beloved Carlo Ponti, Loren became a devoted mother. Her public appearances often showed her as a family-oriented woman who placed immense importance on nurturing her children away from the spotlight. Even while navigating the demands of being one of the world's most celebrated actresses, Loren's commitment to her children, Carlo Jr. and Edoardo, was unwavering. During this time, Loren made fewer but impactful film appearances, choosing projects that allowed her to continue exploring complex and emotionally resonant roles. Her work in films like A Special Day, alongside her frequent collaborator Marcello Mastroianni, showcased her ability to delve deep into intricate characters. Loren's portrayal of a lonely housewife who finds solace in a fleeting connection with Mastroianni's character earned her critical acclaim and several prestigious awards. This was yet another reminder that Loren's talents transcended her physical beauty, and that she was capable of delivering powerful, nuanced performances that resonated on a global scale. While the 1970s were a quieter decade for Loren in terms of film output, it also marked a significant period of her life when she began to look towards ventures beyond acting. Loren launched her own line of eyewear, which became incredibly successful. The brand reflected her innate sense of style, combining elegance with practicality. This foray into the world of fashion wasn't just about commercial success. It was a testament to Loren's understanding of how to use her image and personal brand in ways that extended beyond the screen. She later followed this venture with a series of best-selling cookbooks, such as In Cucina con Amore, in which she shared beloved Italian family recipes with readers across the world. This step into the culinary world allowed Loren to connect with her fans on a personal level, presenting a different facet of her life, one rooted in tradition, family, and the joy of cooking. Loren's personal life continued to draw public interest. Her long-standing marriage to Carlo Ponti, which had weathered numerous storms, was seen as one of the most solid in the entertainment world. However, the couple's path to marriage was fraught with difficulties, particularly the fact that divorce was illegal in Italy when they first fell in love. Their relationship was met with scandal in the 1950s when they initially wed by proxy in Mexico, only to have the marriage annulled under pressure from the Catholic Church. Nevertheless, their love endured, and after becoming French citizens, the couple finally married legally in 1966. Loren often credited Ponti for being her anchor amidst the chaos of fame, and their relationship was characterized by mutual respect and deep affection. His support of her career, along with his keen eye for the kind of roles that would challenge and grow her as an actress, played a significant role in Loren's longevity in the film industry. While Loren and Ponti maintained a relatively private family life, the press continued to speculate about Loren's relationships with her many co-stars. The media, for instance, was abuzz with rumors of a romance between Loren and Cary Grant during the filming of The Pride and the Passion in 1957. Grant, already a Hollywood legend, had been captivated by Loren's beauty and charm, and despite their age difference, the chemistry between the two was palpable both on and off screen. Loren, however, remained loyal to Ponti, choosing stability over the whirlwind romance that Grant offered. Years later, Loren reflected on her time with Grant, expressing admiration for his gentlemanly nature and his understanding when she chose not to pursue a relationship with him. Grant, ever the consummate professional, accepted her decision with grace, further solidifying their mutual respect. Loren's acting career throughout the 1980s and 1990s took a somewhat more sporadic trajectory as she balanced family life with selective film choices. She preferred roles that carried depth and complexity, rather than the superficial roles often assigned to actresses in Hollywood of a certain age. One such role was in the film Prêt-à-Porter in 1994, which brought her back into the international spotlight. Directed by Robert Altman, the film was a satire of the fashion industry and allowed Loren to display her comedic timing and grace, once again affirming her versatility as an actress. Her memorable scene in the film, where she playfully reenacted a famous striptease from one of her earlier films, showed that even in her 60s, Loren had lost none of her charm and confidence. As the years progressed, Loren increasingly took on the role of mentor to younger generations, both in her personal life and professionally. She often spoke about the importance of staying true to oneself, encouraging young actors to pursue their passions with the same fervor that had guided her own career. Her two sons followed creative paths of their own, with Carlo Ponti Jr. becoming a celebrated conductor and Edoardo Ponti a respected director. Loren's collaboration with Eduardo in Between Strangers in 2002 and later The Life Ahead in 2020 became deeply personal projects for her. Working with her son allowed lə-REN to re-enter the film world on her own terms, focusing on stories that carried emotional weight and personal significance. In The Life Ahead, lə-REN portrayed Madame Rosa, a Holocaust survivor who forms an unlikely bond with a young Senegalese immigrant. The film, directed by Eduardo, allowed lə-REN to deliver one of the most poignant performances of her career. At nearly 90 years old, lə-REN proved that her acting skills had not waned with age. Her portrayal of Madame Rosa was raw, powerful, and deeply human, earning her some of the best reviews of her career. The role seemed to mirror aspects of lə-REN's own life. A woman who had experienced immense hardship, but who, through her resilience, had managed to find strength and beauty in survival. lə-REN's return to acting in The Life Ahead was not just a testament to her enduring talent, but also to her deep connection to storytelling. Even after a decade-long hiatus from acting, lə-REN's passion for the art form was as strong as ever. Her performance in the film served as a reminder that true artistry transcends age. lə-REN's ability to bring depth and vulnerability to her characters has always been one of her defining traits, and in The Life Ahead, this gift was on full display. While her acting career continued to evolve, lə-REN faced personal challenges, particularly after the death of Carlo Ponti in 2007. Losing her husband of nearly 50 years was a devastating blow, and lə-REN often spoke about the deep sense of loss she felt following his passing. Yet, even in her grief, she remained committed to living a full life, finding joy in her children, grandchildren, and her creative endeavors. The later years of lə-REN's life have been marked by a sense of peace and contentment. Though she no longer seeks the spotlight with the same frequency, lə-REN continues to enjoy life's simple pleasures, gardening, spending time with her family, and reflecting on the remarkable journey that took her from the war-torn streets of Naples to the heights of Hollywood stardom. As Sophia Loren entered her later years, her focus shifted even more deeply toward personal reflection and her family. Yet her influence on the world of cinema and beyond remained as potent as ever. Despite stepping back from the relentless demands of Hollywood, lə-REN continued to be a source of inspiration for both veteran actors and the newer generations who saw in her a model of perseverance, grace, and unrelenting dedication to her craft. By the time she reached her 80s, lə-REN's name had become synonymous with cinematic excellence. Having worked with some of the most legendary directors and actors of all time, lə-REN's legacy was secured. Her work with directors like Vittorio De Sica and her long-standing on-screen partnership with Marcello Mastroianni were celebrated as some of the finest collaborations in film history. Even as she aged, lə-REN remained highly regarded, not just for her beauty, but for her enduring ability to breathe life into the characters she portrayed. The actress's allure had never simply been about glamour. lə-REN's life had been defined by hardship from the very beginning. Her father's abandonment of the family forced her mother, Romilda, to raise lə-REN and her sister Maria on her own, creating a bond that lasted throughout their lives. lə-REN's deep sense of loyalty and gratitude toward her family was forged in those early days, as her mother worked tirelessly to provide for them, even turning their modest home into a makeshift bar to serve American GIs stationed in Italy during World War II. These formative experiences built lə-REN's resilience and independence, traits that would define her career and her personal life. While many Hollywood actresses of her generation retired or slowed down by the time they reached their 50s or 60s, lə-REN defied expectations, choosing to continue working in the entertainment industry. Though she acted less frequently, each of her roles in her later years was carefully selected and crafted. reflecting the wisdom and depth she had gained throughout her long career. Her role in '9, alongside a cast of high-caliber actors such as Daniel Day-Lewis, Judi Dench, and Nicole Kidman, showcased her ability to hold her own among the finest talents, even after decades away from the center of the Hollywood scene. Her return in The Life Ahead, directed by her son Edoardo Ponti, allowed lə-REN to share the screen with new generations while still maintaining the emotional depth that had always defined her performances. The role of Madame Rosa, a woman who had survived unimaginable hardship yet managed to forge connections and find purpose in caring for a young boy, seemed almost tailor-made for lə-REN, as it paralleled her own story of overcoming adversity. The performance earned her critical acclaim, with many heralding it as one of the finest of her career, a testament to lə-REN's continued growth as an artist, even in her late 80s. But lə-REN's accomplishments went beyond acting. The actress had long been involved in philanthropy, using her fame to bring attention to issues that were close to her heart. She was particularly passionate about causes that helped children and refugees, driven by her own experiences growing up in poverty during the war. lə-REN's commitment to giving back was as steadfast as her commitment to her family and her craft. Whether through charity work, public speaking, or simply being a role model for countless women who admired her strength, lə-REN embodied the idea that one's legacy is about far more than just personal success. As she aged, lə-REN continued to maintain her timeless elegance. She was often seen attending high-profile events, such as the Cannes Film Festival or the Venice Film Festival, where she was greeted with admiration and affection by both fans and fellow industry professionals. lə-REN's fashion choices, always immaculate and reflective of her status as an international style icon, remained the subject of praise. She was known for her affinity for classic Italian fashion houses like Valentino and Armani, brands that, like lə-REN herself, represented a blend of sophistication, tradition, and modernity. Though her physical appearances became less frequent as she reached her late 80s, lə-REN never truly retired from the public eye. Her status as a cultural icon transcended the screen, and she remained a beloved figure in Italy and across the world. The Italian government awarded her numerous honors throughout her life, including the prestigious David di Donatello Award for her contributions to cinema. Even after her many accolades, lə-REN retained a deep sense of humility and gratitude, often reflecting on how far she had come from her modest beginnings in Pozzuoli. In 2023, lə-REN experienced a serious setback when she suffered a fall in her home in Geneva. The fall resulted in multiple fractures, including those to her hip and femur, and necessitated immediate surgery. The news shocked her fans, who were accustomed to seeing lə-REN as a symbol of vitality and strength. However, true to her resilient nature, lə-REN faced the challenge head-on. Despite her age, she approached her recovery with the same determination that had carried her through so many other trials in her life. Her health scare, though serious, did little to dampen the public's affection for lə-REN. Messages of support and well-wishes flooded in from all over the world, with countless fans expressing their admiration for the actress and their hopes for her swift recovery. lə-REN, ever gracious, issued a statement thanking everyone for their love and support during such a difficult time. As always, she remained focused on the positive, determined to continue living life with the same grace that had defined her for so long. lə-REN's family remained by her side throughout her recovery. Her sons Carlo and Edoardo, who had always been close to their mother, were deeply involved in her care. lə-REN's relationship with her family had always been central to her life, and in her later years, this bond only grew stronger. The actress often spoke about how proud she was of her children's accomplishments, particularly Edoardo's work as a director, and how much joy she took in watching her grandchildren grow up. Even as she recuperated from her injuries, Loren remained involved in future projects. She had never been one to sit still for long, and her passion for creativity and storytelling continued to burn brightly. There were rumors of another collaboration with her son, Edoardo, who had expressed a desire to work with his mother on another film. Loren, always driven by her love for the art of acting, was reportedly eager to return to the screen, proving once again that age was no barrier to pursuing one's passions. Loren's indomitable spirit, her deep sense of loyalty to her family, and her unrelenting dedication to her craft have ensured that she will be remembered not only as one of the greatest actresses of all time, but as a woman who overcame the odds to live a life of meaning and purpose. Her journey from the war-torn streets of Naples to the glitz and glamour of Hollywood is a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of never losing sight of one's dreams. As Sophia Loren continues to navigate the challenges of aging, she remains a beacon of strength for her fans and admirers. Her legacy, built on decades of extraordinary performances, charitable work, and personal perseverance, will endure long after her final bow on the stage of life. Even now, well into her 80s, Loren's influence on cinema, fashion, and popular culture is undeniable. Her story is one of survival, triumph, and the unyielding belief in the power of love. Love for her family, her craft, and her own indomitable self. In the twilight of her life, Sophia Loren stands as a reminder that true beauty and strength come from within. Her legacy is not simply that of a film star, but of a woman who lived with grace, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to excellence in everything she pursued. The world will forever cherish the remarkable journey of Sophia Loren, a journey that continues to inspire, even as the final chapters unfold.